frogs.
Pisces era ends. That's why we got this kind of off the top and going right back to the present. I mean, this is a head of state tweeting comments and points of views that are those that have been held by the worst despots in history. Man, this is the stuff that Hitler was talking about. This is the stuff, that some of the work, Napoleon, if you look at the stuff he did throughout different parts of Africa, these are Leopold, who cut hands off in the Congo. So there's a level of treachery that these conquerors, and all those I mentioned, are Europeans. I don't know if that's coincidental or not, but that mindset, that Ice Age mindset, has been like this. Dehumanize people. Conquest, take people's lands, take people's resources, but it's on its way out. So if, again, that bulb right flashes before it goes out. So this is their last attempt to go all out, to grab, to hold. Because as a tide changes, as the season changes, power is power. Any time frame, they're going to try to stay and hold. And that's what I think we are witnessing now. Because this stuff, it borders on insanity. Mm-hmm. It's like, what else can he say? Mm-hmm. I got to be honest, nothing has surprised me yet. Nothing has surprised me.
Me being Haitian,
mm-hmm.
I remember, being at a job environment and working with a lot of other Haitians. I remember they come at me like, "Yo, you heard what Trump said? This, that, and that." Mm-hmm. I said, "Damn, I guess it only matters when you talking about Haitians. He just said he building a wall for Mexicans.
Right.
How are we losing our mind now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's kind of been crazy.
Yeah, and Muslims too.
Muslims and women.
The handicap.
You know, he's grabbing you by your crotch.
Yeah.
So it's like, we're at the point now where it's like, it doesn't even matter. The man's allowed to say whatever he wants, but it's like he went in and won saying whatever he wanted. He never not said whatever he wanted. Mm-hmm. That was his whole thing.
Yes, and I think for some, maybe it's getting a little clearer, but whatever level of clarity you are, for those who listening, speaking directly to black folks, very clear, little clear, still not sure. What are we going to do in the face of, because this man affects policy. He's appointing judges. He has his hands on buttons that can trigger a domino effect of human annihilation. So this ain't just, the drunk guy at the end of the bar that just got some racist stuff that he just feel like letting out the side of his neck. This is a man whose actions with those sentiments can have very grave consequences, definitely for us and even for the global community. So what do we do? Now, there are movements. There's a serious and building movement for impeachment. And I wish I had the name of, I believe it's a senator, that he is really, he's submitted the papers. He's been going around trying to get other supporters. He had a press conference that identified the reason why this needs to take place, and all his points were right in line. And much of what I just said, this ain't a reality show. This man is in control of certain things that can impact. Executive orders can carry a lot of weight depending upon when they're executed and on what subject matters. And this is all within the executive branch. So I think there's enough check and balances, but the other thing that his recent comments give us a chance to look at is how few are ready to step to him and check him. I can't think of one Republican right yet that's on record for condemn. As outrageous as those remarks are, they ain't stepping in to condemn, because they're like, okay, well, we're getting some of our bills passed. We just got this big tax bill through. And so it's almost like, even during the campaign, he said, I can walk out into the middle, I think it said Fifth Avenue, and shoot somebody, and they would still, like, he already knew he had this pass to almost do and say anything. And that speaks to a lot to the caliber, quote, of the general American, but just anyone, even if you voted for him, I mean, do they have no shame? I mean, at some point, do you realize this man is out of control, and this is not balanced? Or does anything go as long as they can get what they want back
or is it to the point where you guys have black dude? We need to give you something strong for you to understand. We don't never need this to happen. Like, we gonna be so honest with you. Right, we gonna put the most honest, and we riding with them. You know what I'm saying? Because even I'm watching different things from Dave Chappelle making his comedy special almost damn near about Trump, and you know D.L. Hughley coming out saying some of the important things he's saying, and it's like, you know, this dude, whoever supports him is openly letting you know that I don't like you. Cause anybody who could ride with those views, it's clear what they about, what they stand for. If you got a friend and they're like, yeah, I like what Trump doing, you know what side he on. It doesn't matter. He doesn't care about the ignorance or any of that. It's like, it's bigger than that. Cause some people, the same way we look at, we may say Obama didn't do nothing for us, but the symbolism was great. Trump might not be doing that for them, but that symbolism, what does that mean?
Yes, because this big tax cut, a lot of his poor white base, you know, redneck, Southern Belt, however you want to call it, they getting slammed. You know, these big tax cuts don't include them. You know, they said 6-7 figures, and you know, it's a state tax. This ain't referencing these folks that's just getting by. And the masses, some poor white folk, the highest percentage of folks on welfare are white. So, you know, there's a lot of facts that people are lost to that helps them buy, you know, the packaging, the kind of the BS where you have people serving their own demise and be cheering about it. I'm for Trump, and he's annihilating you. He's making it more difficult for you and your family to survive. So they don't even look at the numbers. It's all, he's white and he's talking about them black folk from huts, and you know, I'm that. But if you keep people on their mindset, then you can push any kind of policy through. But this is the climate. It's you know, my brother-in-law is from Lagos, Nigeria. You know, one of the most amazing human beings I've ever met, Dr. Ofem Aja. He gives of his time, of his energy. I mean, you go down the list from the West Indies, the different parts of the world where you got great brothers and sisters, and they grind is real. I mean, you look at your grind. They come here, it ain't a joke. It ain't a joke, you know, and you gotta respect it. The brother we just lost that ran right here we're in Harlem, the Bronx, and several quick bridges away, right in the Bronx, ran into a burning building repeatedly and pulled out 4 Americans, saved their life, and he lost his life going back in again to get more. You know, an immigrant from one of these, you know, less than countries.
Well,
you know,
it's a shithole.
Right. So yeah. So look at, you know, but look at the caliber of people. We see them every day. These are the cream of the crop of those places. Because when to make it here, your grind got to be real. It ain't no easy thing to get here, and especially when you wearing a black uniform. Because they checking and double checking, looking for anything to boot you out. So your grind is real. You get here, they get in school, they get 2, 3, 4 jobs, they get in these small dwellings until they get their grind up and they get spread out. I mean, that's what dreaming should be about.
What do you think, you know, him calling, like, he calls those countries, you know, of course, shitholes and things, and then saying we need people from Norway to come here and things like that.
You know, it's clear. That's why we can't sprinkle no sugar on this. This man is telling, and his father was that way. I mean, they lost lawsuits on racial discrimination. I mean, the history is there. I mean, Central Park 5. Anybody who's acting surprised at this? No. Now, I mean, some might have thought, okay, the office of presidency will elevate his. It ain't doing nothing. As a matter of fact, it is. He's 5 times worse since he got it, because now I guess he has more of a platform to show some of that insanity in that egregious racism.
Sometimes I wake up and say, is this even real? You know, are we living in some type of time warp reality? Trump is president. Like, when you really look back, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is like ill.
I remember the morning, because I didn't stay up and read in the accounts. I went to bed pretty early that night. And, I'm waking up. I'm like, thinking whatever, I'm checking. And I think the first people I heard saying it was like, oh, man, is this so? Okay, what's this, April Fools? Right. You know, I know somebody's running some joke. And then when I got to see my first paper, it took me really a week to like, no, there's something. I mean, I was holding my head. This can't be real. You know, a reality talk show host is now running this country, and you put that aside, and then just the caliber of person this person has demonstrated himself to be, not just over the years, over the decades. So if you're from New York, you have volumes, you know, or like what's his name? Say binders. You got binders of articles and incidents of Trump and him being very clear about what his positions are on race, what his positions are on various socio-economic issues, and it always comes up on one side, where he's for himself, the rich, the wealthy, the white, and those who don't meet any of those standards. Nah, he has no interest, no concern, it appears, for those groups at all, unless it's to ridicule, to belittle, to besmirch a whole nation. I mean, the stuff he's saying about Mexico, about just everybody.
Everybody's a target,
you know, unless you're white and from Norway. Yeah. It's just
it's a lack of respect.
Lack of diplomacy, decorum.
But one thing it is though, it's showing white supremacy at a strong, like, because if I was white and I was a Trump supporter and stuff like that, you look at it like from their perspective, they're like, he's restoring order.
See, I mean, that's it. If you look at purely emotional, but if you look at the numbers to what he's doing, I mean, for rich white 1%, he is the man. But now, if you only riding the white stuff and you eating tuna fish and peanut butter for every day for meals, and he ain't helping you. And it's interesting. So I wonder who's the leaders among the poor white, because I would think there would be a poor white leader out there saying he fooling us, fellas. He ain't for us. We still, nobody telling them that? Or are they so drunk with the white? We got a white man telling them.
I think it's the same in a sense with, like, I mean, not saying that they weren't people that was like, yo, Obama is not like, you know, he's not doing anything he's supposed to do, but I think it's kind of the same effect.
I guess so.
He's black. I'm out with him. I don't care if he right, wrong, or indifferent, or if he helping us or not. He's black.
But you know what? Even to move Obama to make it a real even kind of equivalent of kind of thing, Obama would have had to, when he was in office, Obama would have had to almost be rolling up in there. You know,
well,
I'm
Obama
here.
Had to be perfect.
Right, but to make him more like Trump, white folks would have had to endure, well, you know, I'm president now. My number one objective is to crush white supremacy. You crackers been passing. I mean, he would have been saying that from the podium to make him, but to kind of equate to Trump. I mean,
he would have been a super champion.
Yeah, but see, then it might have hardcore black folks be like, yo, black power, yo. Now, if he went and didn't do anything for black people, then it would be he would have had us all, yo, you heard Obama, he told them up. But then if his policies didn't move anything forward for us, then we would be in the same position that poor whites are. He ain't doing nothing for you. Might be stroking your racist ego, but his money, his policies is going for his clique, and they ain't in it. So I don't know if enough of them are going to realize it, and there's going to be some upswell, or they're going to just drink this Kool-Aid for the rest of his term, and don't sleep on him getting in another one. If he makes some right moves. You know, this thing, I didn't think Bush was going to get a second time. Now, Bush might not have been as overtly racist, but the average person knows he wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer. You know, well, I mean, overtly. Overtly. Man, he ain't, Trump is overt with it. But Bush wasn't.
The other day I was trying to tell somebody about Trump, and I kept calling him Bush. I couldn't.
Really? I mean, policy-wise, you get me. I'm talking about the overt stuff. But Bush kind of overtly wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer. I mean, you fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, fool me again. I mean, you know, it's just, you know, but he made 2 terms. So if he could get 2, I don't think Trump was that out.
I need a dark piece of photo. Had the blinds going blind, looking for narcos. Whoa.
You see that, you know, it shows, like, you know, people say, you know, being the president of the United States is the most powerful position in the world and things like that. And to see guys like Trump, and then even within this underlying conversation, Oprah made a speech.
Right, exactly.
You know, pushing her for president and things like that, and she's like, you know, I'm just flirting with the idea. It's nothing serious or whatever.
Yeah.
But to the point where, you know, even Kanye saying 2020 I'm running for president, and You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
It's
is being the president or the CEO of this corporation even the most powerful position?
exactly. I was going to come back to that. I'm glad you did. You know, it's the most powerful. No, it's not that.